Attention bowlers, we are gonna get started here. Welcome back to Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts for another exciting Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour match. My name is Steve Kelly. Today it's Tom Grasso and Andy Klempa in Haverhill, Massachusetts in the Academy Lanes Red Room. It's great to have you along with us today at this busy house. We like to see busy Candlepin houses. And we're going to have Tom Grasso do the honors. He threw his first ball, dropping 3. And we are off. Tom Grasso mixes a few more down, leaves the 1, the 2, the 7, and the 8 down there on the plate. On lane 6. So I'm Steve Kelly. I'm here to tell you the story of today's match. This is the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour brought to you by 3 Ball Spare Conglomerate. This match was played on Saturday, December 6, 2025. And there's Tom Grasso with the first scoring drive of 9. Match format today, 5 strings with 14 points on offer. It's 2 points per string and 4 for total pinfall. If there's a tie, the points are evenly split. If you've never seen Candlepin bowling, I hope you enjoy the match today. This is a unique take on bowling from the heart of New England and Eastern Canada. This broadcast should have subtitles and live captions. If you want to enable them, go for it. Also consider the transcript feature if you're watching this from YouTube later on. There's Tom Grasso. He leaves the 1, 2, 4, 7, 4 horsemen. And he'll run 3 of 4 down. During the match, I'll provide the play-by-play action and on-screen scoring to the best of my ability. The numbers you see on your screen are going to be considered unofficial. The bowlers maintain the authority on the scores. There's another 9 box for Tom Grasso, 2 in a row. 18 after 2. I may occasionally pause to verify scores if things seem out of sync, and I appreciate your patience if and when that happens. And I will likely have chapters added to the YouTube version of this broadcast, so you can choose to jump to certain points in the games if that is your preference. And there is Tom Grasso mixing down what appears to be 3. If in the off chance you enjoy this content, I encourage you to consider subscribing to this channel to help us grow. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Tom Grasso is still working on it down there on lane 6. In this Class D North match in the regular season of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Tom Grasso will make it a 6 box for 24 after 3. We are at Academy Lanes today in Haverhill, Massachusetts. It is located on South Main Street in Haverhill, Massachusetts. 725 South Main Street to be exact, about 1.7 miles from downtown and 1.3 miles from the interstate. Right next door is Aroma Joe's, great place for coffee and little treats. Also places like Wicked Axe, located right next door to Academy Lanes. There's a 3 drop for Tom Grasso, leaving a cluster of pins in the center. He'll take a few more, missing the object, leaving the 1 and the 2. So Academy Plaza in Haverhill, Massachusetts, not only does it have Academy Lanes, but there's a diverse range of activities from bowling to axe throwing. Academy Lanes is owned by the DeBurrow family. Opened in 1963, celebrated 60 years of operation in December of 2023. And there's a 10 box for Tom Grasso. That's 34 after 4. Academy Lanes is the largest Candlepin bowling house in the world. It features 44 Candlepin bowling lanes across 3 rooms. And there's Tom Grasso. He'll mix down a few. Another 3 drop. Half Worcester plus the 5. And he'll mix a couple more down, leaving the 1, the 4, and the 7. And Grasso will make it a nice 10 box. And that's 5 boxes for Tom Grasso. 9, 9, 6, 10, 10. That's 44 after 5 for Tom Grasso. The bowlers will swap every 5 boxes. So Tom Grasso threw his first 5 in the first game of 5. It's now time for Andy Klempa. And here he is. Andy Klempa, the home bowler today. Tom Grasso hails from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Bowlerama. And this is Andy Klempa's home house at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Andy, 1-5-3-6, misses the object. Ball bouncing around, leaves the 1-3-6. A unique feature of Academy Lanes is its 3 different rooms with seemingly 3 different lane personalities. The leftmost room, that's the one we're in today, that's called the Red Room, was the most recently renovated and seems to feel the most traditional with all wood approaches and lanes. There's an 8 box for Andy Klempa. Tom Grasso's going down to retrieve a wayward ball. Meanwhile, the Red Room, aka the Blue Room or the Glow Bowling Room, is the largest room in the building. Features glow bowling with what feels like a slight mix of kind of wood with like synthetic lane action-ish. That's kind of my read on it. While the rightmost room, the Green Room, that also houses Pub 125, is mostly synthetic. Well, pretty much fully synthetic. There is a headpin shot and an interesting 189 incident for Andy Klempa. The Keith Beaupre special. Have a look at that. Jeez, gnarly. Here's Andy Klempa trying to make it. Oh, and he almost does. He takes the 3. What a nice attempt on that shot for Andy Klempa. Almost got it renamed just there had he took that last 3 pin. But he'll take a 10 box out of it. That's 18 after 2 for Andy Klempa now. Pub 125 in Academy Lanes, newly added in 2022, is located in the rightmost room, the Green Room that we just talked about. It offers foods and drinks, all that kind of fun stuff. Lots of TVs and tons of seating. So lots of football action going on, lots of sports action. It's all there in Pub 125. Here's Andy Klempa with a split, 8 drop. That's the 5 and the 7. Here comes Andy Klempa, and he'll spare up the 5 and the 7, no problem. Let's take a good, nice look at that shot once again. The 5-7 by Andy Klempa with the wood. Just sweep it over. He actually didn't even use the wood that I thought he was going to aim for. He went for the wood on the left side, but it was no problem. Andy Klempa with our first mark of the day, and he'll fill that first mark with an over 5. That's a 7 fill. That's the 1-3-6. Andy Klempa will slightly miss off to the left. Seven, 8, 9, or 10. After a big 17 in the third for Andy Klempa, he'll make it a 9, leaving the head pin for 44 after 4. Academy Lanes currently has a healthily stocked pro shop featuring plenty of brands of bowling balls, bags, towels, shoes, and accessories. Their current sale at the front desk literally right now, I saw as I'm walking in, they're doing a sale on some bowling balls. They have, I think, about 5 different sets from what I saw. Some are new, some are refurbished, and they appear to be on sale, so do check it out. Maybe some holiday gift options could be in your future if you come down to Academy Lanes, but really quickly because there's not a whole lot of them left on sale. That was a split for Andy Klempa. It wasn't a head pin shot. And Andy Klempa will take the 6 and leave the 7 and the 10. And Andy will make it a 9. That's 53 after 5 boxes for Mr. Andy Klempa, I believe. Just waiting for the score correction to go in, just to be looks like it will be a 52 actually. Okay. Andy Klempa has marked it as a 52. Okay. Thought it was a 53. Apparently it's a 52. So confirmed now scoring is 44 to 52. Tom Grasso versus Andy Klempa. So here's how it's going to work. I always mention this in this room in particular at Academy because the automatic scoring system can be a little bit, it can have a personality in this room. The bowlers are responsible for issuing their own score corrections and staying on top of all that. So any corrections, I'm going to follow them. So if you see that I had a correct score and I corrected to something incorrect, that's because I'm looking out at the electronic scoreboard that is off screen, and I will be matching that. So Just so we're all on the same page when it comes to that. There's Tom Grasso with a spare bid. He leaves the 5 and the 8. Nice recovery after a 2-drop on the first ball. And Tom will miss it for an 8. That'll put him at 52 in 6. Tom Grasso is our away bowler. We'll start talking about him for the stat dump today. This is his 3rd year of the ACST by my record. He was in Class C North 2 years ago. He was in Class D North last year, Class D North this year, Class D North Division 2. He's bowled out of Bolorama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Those 3 years, Tom Grasso. And there is a 4-drop and a 6-pack leave for Tom Grasso. Tom Grasso has a season record of 40 and 72. He's bowled 8 matches so far. Most of them were away. He has an away record of 32 and 38. At home in Portsmouth, he is 8 and 34. He has a season average of 97, an away average of 97.76, a home average of 95.8, a high single of 125, a high series of 540, 10 strikes, 55 spares, and 73 tens for Tom Grasso. Known by some as the elder statesman, he'll take an 8-box. 60 and 7. If I can very quickly show you Tom Grasso's stats. So he has a 34.5 perfect box percentage, 38.81 seasonal total pins, currently 4th in his division, and 13th in the wild card seed as of right now. Here's Tom Grasso. And he'll drop 5. That's the 4 horsemen left side and the 10. 7, 10, 1, 2, 4. Tom Grasso will miss the object to the right. He'll get a retry on the 3rd ball. In Candlepin, you get 3 balls per frame if it's not a mark. 3rd ball is an opportunity for a score of 10 in the frame. And that will be a 5 for Tom Grasso for 65 in 8. Tom Grasso in his past 5 matches has taken 36 points, averaging 7.2 points per match in his past 5. And he's taken 27.32 total pins in his past 5 matches, with 2 matches at or over 500 in grand total pinfall. His longest streak of strings greater than 100 has been 4 so far this season, and there is a head pin shot, nearly a strike, and a 9-drop, leaving the 10 pin for Tom Grasso. His best first ball so far. Currently averaging 4.2 on the first ball. Tom Grasso will get the single pin, nudges it, makes contact, but a bit too light of contact. Tom Grasso's longest streak of matches totaling greater than 500 in greater total pinfall has been 2 so far this season. His longest winning streak of totaling more than 7 points has been 2 this season. I believe that will be a fouled 9-box for Tom Grasso. I'll pencil it in as a 74 after 9 at the moment. We'll let you know if that changes. That's what they got down there. Per away match, Tom Grasso averages 6.4 points. At home, averaging about 2.67 at the moment. Tom Grasso on the head pin. He'll drop 6. It's the right side check mark, 3, 5, 6, 10. Tom Grasso, on the object, right on the object, but a little bit too much on the object. A great bid, it was just a little too perfect. And he'll make it an 8. That'll be an 82 first game for Mr. Tom Grasso. 2 for 10 on the head pin. He got things going towards the end. 82 is Tom Grasso's first game. Andy Klempa, currently with 52 after 5, has to find 30 pins to tie and 31 pins to take points. All 2 points, that is. He'll take 1 point if he ties. So 30 or 31 is the target half for Andy Klempa as of right now. You're watching the ACST, this Class D North match. Haverhill, Massachusetts. Steve Kelly on the audio. Andy will take the head pin by proxy and split by proxy. He'll take a 7-drop, 8, 9, 10. Andy throws a fastball, and he's a lefty. Kind of a berserker kind of ball. He'll bean the lateral wood across the 8 and the 9, but nothing will impact the 10. And here's Andy for the 10. He's got it 62 in 6 for Andy Klempa. That 82 is confirmed for Tom Grasso all the while. There's Andy Klempa, cracks the head pin, takes 7, 278. This sleeve down here is going to be a pretty good one with the wood. It's away, and he'll, wow, somehow jump over. Wow, I thought he was going to at least get an extra pin out of that, but the way that wood was tilted, collided with the 2 pin, it jumped over everything. The 7 and the 8 are untouched. Andy fires, and that's a nice recovery, though. A great 10 box for Andy Klempa. 72 after 7. Compare that to 60 after 7 for Tom Grasso. Klempa's just inches off the head pin, millimeters even. Drops 6, 4 horsemen right side. And he takes the 6 and the 10 and leaves the 1 and the 3. And there's a 10 box for Andy Klempa. That's his 3rd 10 box in a row. Triple X throwdown. That's 82 after 8. And compare that to 65 after 8 for Tom Grasso if this were a head-to-head match. Andy Klempa has a season record after 5 matches played, 33 and 37. Away, he's 16 and 12. At home at Academy, he's 17 and 25 with a season average of 104.6. 2 drop for Klempa there. Takes the 4 and the 7 out. He has an away average of 101, a home average of 107.13, a high single of 130, and a high series of 573 this season. 12 strikes, 55 spares, 56 tens, 49.2 perfect box percentage, and 2,617 seasonal total pins. Andy Klempa is currently 4th in his division, Class D North Division 4. He is 11th in the wild card. He's bowled 3 years in the ACST by my count. And there is a 10 box for Andy Klempa once again, 92 in 9. 4 10 boxes in a row now for Andy Klempa. Andy Klempa was in Class C North Division 2 2 years ago, Class C North Division 2 1 year ago, and is Class D North Division 4 now. There's Andy Klempa. He'll sail off to the right a little bit, drop 3. Center diamond in the 4 triangle. Klempa goes off target a little bit, leaves the 1 and the 2. Could get his 5th 10 box in a row for a perfect half if he can take this 1 and 2 pin here. I'm worried about that wood, but it looks good. All right, a perfect half for Andy Klempa. How's that for consistency? With 5 10 boxes in a row, he'll take a 102 first game. With 6 10 boxes and 1 spare. Oh my goodness, Andy Klempa, 102 to Tom Grasso's 82. A clean win by 20 in the first game. So that's only game 1 of 5. We got plenty more Candlepin bowling to go today. And we're ready to start game 2 of 5 here on the ACST. You're watching in Haverhill, Massachusetts at Academy Lanes. I'm Steve Kelly, happy to have you. Here's Tom Grasso on lane 6 in the red room to start game 2. Tom Grasso will hit the pocket, find his mark, 5, 6, 10. 7 drop, split, favorable wood. I think it can go. And will it? Yes, it will. There's Tom Grasso with a mark. Brilliantly executed. Really methodically thrown erudite spare by Tom Grasso. Watch this. Played exactly the wood that I thought he was going to play. I was a little worried about that sidewall action, but the red room, you can sometimes get some action like that in this room at Academy. Some other houses, maybe not so much, but here, yes. And with achievement comes adversity every once in a while. There is a half Worcester 3-9 punch, a 2 fill for Tom Grasso. Second ball follow-up is to the left of the head pin. He leaves the 1, the 5, the 6, and the 10. Grasso will finish with a 7 in the second frame for 19 after 2. Tom Grasso will punch the 4 pin and only the 4 pin. Tom Grasso's second ball, he's going to mix down a few more pins. He'll leave the center cluster. That's the center diamond and the 9 pin, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. Grasso. He'll make it a respectable 9 box in the third for 28. What more can I tell you about Tom Grasso? 9 strikes in his past 5 matches, 38 spares in his past 5 matches, 52 tens in his past 5 matches. Longest streak of matches with 10 points so far has been 2 this season. Head pin average per match 6, split average per match 3, 2 pinfall wins this season. He'll drop 7 there. Tom Grasso currently 23rd highest Class D average at 97 and the 7th most Class D total 10s at 73. And he'll shave off the 10 pin and leave the 3 and the 6. Most recently, Tom Grasso had a victory over Greg Vellante at Academy Lanes in round 9. He took 8 points with a 496 series. He threw a 92, a 102, a 99, a 102, and a 101. He had 2 strikes, 7 spares, and 8 tens that match. Tom Grasso will take a 9. His second 9 box in a row. That's 37 after 4. Here's Tom. Fire off a few, poke off a few. You know what I'm trying to say. I hope. That's a 3 drop. Grasso, oh, second ball goes right where the first ball went. That's consistency for you. Ball 3. It'll be a 6 box for Mr. Grasso. And after 5 boxes, we're going to change over bowlers. It's 5 boxes and a 43.5 for Tom Grasso in the second game here. Started out strong with a mark, 2 for 5 on the head pin this game so far with 1 split. It is now Andy Klempa's turn. Andy Klempa fires, explosion and a splash, and drops 9, leaves the 10. And Andy Klempa will spare that up on the single with the wood. No problem. Marks for everybody in the first frame of the second game. Check this out. Andy Klempa all over the 10 pin with the help of the wood. It's gone. He's working on a mark now. Klempa on the head pin on the 1-3 pocket. 6 so far. Maybe he can get a 7th. Not quite. It'll be a check mark and a 6 fill. Big 16 in the first for Andy Klempa. Compare that to Tom Grasso's 2 fill, which was 12 after 1. Klempa tries to blow him up. He leaves the 7, and only the 7. It was a great shot right on the object pin. Klempa for a 10. I think that's going to be good. We'll mark it as a 10 as bowler's call as always. That'll be 26 after 2 for Andy Klempa. And we might have a bit of an issue with the lane down there. We just might have to hold up on that. So while we're waiting, let's, I don't think I've shown you Andy Klempa's stats yet. Let me just quickly fix his name so you can see his full name here. So we talked about Andy Klempa before. He has a season record of 33 and 37. In his past 5 matches, he's taken 33 points, averaging 6.6 points per match. In his past 5 matches, he's totaled 2668 pins in total pinfall. He has 3 matches totaling greater than or equal to 500. His longest streak of matches greater than 100 so far has been 6. His longest streak of matches greater than 500 has been 3 so far, and his longest winning streak, that is defined as more than 7 points per match, has been 1 this season so far. Averaging per away match 8 points, and when he's home at Academy Lanes, he's averaging about 5.7 points per home match. In his past 5 matches, he's taken 12 strikes, 55 spares, and 56 tens. That's just some most recent performance in his most recent 5 matches. His longest streak of matches with more than 500 in grand total pinfall so far is clocked at 3. And he has 1 pinfall win this season thus far. He averages 19 head pins per match on average, and 10 splits per match on average. We're still waiting on the pin setter. I think it is just about ready to get repaired. Thank you, Mr. DeBurrow, for performing that quick that log jam, unjam, whatever it was that happened down there. Always appreciate the staff coming in to save our butts on that one. Andy Klempa is at 26 after 2, and let's continue on. And he'll take 4 out. And Andy's, someone says, Andy, the head pin, and Andy responds, what's that? You don't always need to hit the head pin to get a strike. See also on 3 Ball Spare, I have a YouTube short from the Friday Night Pro League where we had a 4-7 pocket strike from JB Gothier. Andy Klempa leaves the 1-6-10. This will be for a 10 box, and it will be a 7 for Andy Klempa. That's 33 after 3 for Mr. Andy Klempa. Here's Andy. Cracks 7 and 8, 9, 10. That's a cruddy leave for what could have been a strike ball. That's just the lane giveth and the lane taketh. Andy Klempa is just going to have to pick sticks. He'll take the 9, he'll leave the 8 and the 10. Probably the best you can hope for is a 9 box, pick a stick, hope for the best. Here we go. It's going to be an 8. Can't award him a field goal, but how about 8 points or 8 pins? That's 41 after 4, excuse me, for Andy Klempa. Compare that to 37 after 4 for Tom Grasso. Still a competitive match. If you missed the first string, Andy Klempa took a 102 and Tom Grasso took an 82. Andy Klempa up by 20 in the total and took the first game by 20, needless to say. Klempa will take 3 out in the back right corner. Punch a few more out. He'll leave the 4 horsemen left side plus the 5. 5 blocks or greater to close out the half. Narrowly above Tom Grasso's 43 half. He'll make it a 6. That's 47 for Andy Klempa after 5. Scores are confirmed. It's 43 for Tom Grasso in the 5th and 47 in the 5th for Andy Klempa. Andy Klempa went 3 for 5 in the head pin with 1 split. Tom Grasso went 2 for 5 in the head pin with 1 split. So far on the first ball, Tom Grasso's averaging 4.2 and Andy Klempa's averaging 5.7 pins down on the first ball. It's 5 splits for Andy Klempa, 1 split for Tom Grasso. Other than that, head pin difference is just 2 between Andy Klempa and Tom Grasso. And now, Tom Grasso. Here's Tom Grasso, little full on the head pin. It'll take a 7 split with 4 pieces of wood down there. 6, 7, 10. Grasso fires on the right cluster of wood. Oh, and he came close. It was a good offer. The speed of the ball was probably a factor. It's like when you get pulled over. Speed was a factor. Or, yeah, something like that. I don't know. There's a 10 for Tom Grasso. A great way to get out of that box. That's 53 after 6. Tom Grasso, 40 and 72 on the season. He's bowled 8 matches so far. This is his 9th. On the 3-6 pocket, mixes down 6. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Here's Grasso. Will he spare it up? Oh, yes, he will. Tom Grasso in victory formation on that one. Let's watch this again. If I can get this replay to get going here. Here we go. Watch this. Perfect ball, perfect kind of shot. That's the way Tom Grasso rolls. On the 3-6 pocket this time, it's going to be a nice fill of what appears to be 5. There was a sleeper that I had to physically move to take a look behind the 2-pin, but it is there. On the cluster, Tom Grasso was right on the object, the right kind of idea, but probably needed to go slightly to the left of the head pin, just ever so slightly on it, so it can get the pocket. This will be an 8, 9, or 10. That's like a 9. That's 77 and 8 for Tom. I think. Yes, it will be. Wasn't sure if I got a ball ahead or something. It is 77, confirmed. Tom Grasso averages 97 for the season. At home, he averages 95.8 in Portsmouth. Has a better average when he's away, 97.76. And there's a decent mix of 7 for Tom Grasso. That's a 1, the 7, and the 8. Grasso will leave the head pin, leave the object. Grasso for the 10. He'll get that 10. That's 87 in 9. A Rob Gronkowski after 9 for Tom Grasso. Two marks this game. He's 3 for 9 on the head pin with 2 splits. Here's Tom. Oh, and he'll punch right out the 1 and the 5. Spread eagle with 2 talons. Tom Grasso has a really good ball on the head pin when it's on the head pin, but it's just a little bit too perfect. Caught that a few times. Like I said right there, too perfect on the head pin. Sails into the void, and the void stares back. So the 2, the 3, the 4, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. Just the 1 and the 5 are punched out. Tom Grasso will fight for his life for a 4-box. That'll be a 91, game 2 for Tom Grasso. That is confirmed. 2-game total, 173 for Tom Grasso with 2 marks. He went 4 for 10 on the head pin with 3 splits. 410 boxes so far for the match. Perfect box percentage of 30%. And that is the story for Tom Grasso so far, 2 games in. Andy Klempa will be returning to the lanes on lane 5 to see what happens next here on the ACST that you're watching. I'm Steve Kelly on the call. Great to have you along. Andy Klempa fires. Oh, and what an opening salvo that was. He leads the 6. It's Andy Klempa on the 6-pin for a spare. Should be a layup. It is a layup. LeBron James. Now both bowlers have 2 marks after 2. Here's Andy Klempa on his single pin spare on the 6-pin. Fires on it, dinks the wood, no problem. Klempa, lane 5, 1-2 pocket. Oh, it's a good one. It's another 9-drop. A big 19 for Andy Klempa. Klempa, right all over it. That's a double spare. Let's watch that shot again by Andy Klempa. Cluster wood, he hit the wood in front of the 7 high on the cap. Wasn't a problem given the speed of his ball. 76 in a bonus. Klempa on the 5, on lane 5. 1-3 pocket this time. Not a 9 fill, but a 7 fill. 2-4-7. $83-7 now for Andy Klempa, and it could be another mark opportunity. And it is another mark opportunity that was well executed for a 3-mark hat trick for Andy Klempa. That's 93 and a bonus in 8. He has 4 marks in the game, spare 6, spare 9, spare 7, and then an open spare here in the 8th. If you're just tuning in, this is Andy Klempa's 3rd mark in a row, and he has really found the pocket here. Well, I say that, but he will get the head pin. It's not an official head pin hit, but he will get a split and a fill of 8 so far. One of those situations where there's no head pin credit, but you do get a split credit. Andy Klempa on the 7 and the 8, and he'll clean that up too. 4 marks in a row for Andy Klempa now. 111 in the 9th, and he's getting propelled by these high-powered fills. Spare 6, spare 9, spare 7, spare 8. 111 is confirmed. Andy Klempa is kind of finding his center on that kind of first ball execution in particular. Now he's getting the splashes he needs, and he's just, thanks to the wood and all of that, he's going to be, yeah, just when you get into that rhythm, it's great. I got to say that. Klempa, lane 5. Another shot on the head pin. It'll be a mix down to 7 and a fill of 7. Another fill of 7. It'll be a split 6, 7, 10. He's at 118 after 9. Klempa 6, 7, 10. Tries to play the left side. I do respect that choice, but it didn't quite work out. He leaves the 6 and the 10 down there. I think that wood is good. Maybe. I could tell you at Lakeside if it was good. I can't quite tell you at Academy if it's good. And there's a 9 for Andy Klempa. A 4-mark streak puts him at 127. I think. It's 126 down there. I think they're score correcting it now. Waiting for the official confirmation. Yes, 127 for Andy Klempa. That's a 2-game total of 229. Tom Grasso with a 2-game total of 173 so far is 4 points for Andy Klempa. Taking the first game by 20, taking the second game by 56. Let's take a walk down to the third game here now. It's going to be Tom Grasso and Andy Klempa, as it has been and how it will continue to be here at the ACST. Tom Grasso, our away bowler from Portsmouth Bowlerama. Andy Klempa from Academy Lanes, Class D North. Here's Tom Grasso. A little off the head pin, 4-drop. Tom Grasso, I'm unfamiliar if I have covered him recently. I know definitely this is definitely the first time this season that I've covered him. Last year, I believe I bowled in a doubleheader with him, and I also streamed that match at Portsmouth. It was a doubleheader with Anthony Leonardi, I believe, Tom Grasso, then myself and Steve Poulin, if I'm not mistaken. There's Nice cleanup by Tom Grasso for a 10. So yeah, it has been a little while since we've had Tom Grasso back on the program, but here he is. Academy Lanes has been a busy house walking in. Lots of birthday parties going on, but now we're starting to quiet down a little bit here. The room has gotten a little bit less chaotic since we walked in, but we like to see busy bowling alleys. 1, 2, 6, 10 for Tom Grasso. And he'll just slightly miss the object to the left and leave the 6 and the 10. Home Depot down there for wood. Should be a good 10-box cleanup for Tom Grasso, and it is. That's 20 after 2. Grasso splashes the right, mixes down 5 as the 4 horsemen left side and the 10. Grasso will take the 7 and leave the 4 horsemen left side. Let's find out if he gets his third 10 box in a row here. And that'll be a 9. Head pin is left for Tom Grasso for 29 after 3. Tom Grasso has 6 head pin shots this match, and he averages 6 head pin shots per match, so he's over par as of now with this additional head pin shot. It's a 5 drop and a 5 split, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10 for Tom Grasso. But I kind of like the wood. Yeah, I think this has a decent chance of going. Tom Grasso thinks that too. He'll spare that up very nicely. Let's have a look at this again. Look at this. 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. Just dink that wood, and he hit it low, and that was great. Tom Grasso showing us how it's done. And that was kind of exactly how I was visualizing how it would go, too. So I'm really glad that that worked out in practice. Tom Grasso, 1-2 pocket. He'll split 5 and fill 5. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. He's looking at a 50-something half. Grasso. Oh, and he almost takes it. Will the wood have the... Nope. I was wondering if the wood had the guts to make it to the 10, but it fell off the back of the plate. Grasso, 9 or 10. He'll make it a 9. Great half by Tom Grasso. Great shots, great aim. 53 half. 10, 10, 9 spare, 5, 9. 2 for 5 in the head pin with 2 splits. You know, there's some halves where you look at the score and you're like, I threw a way better game than that. Like, it felt way better, and that was definitely an exciting half to watch for Tom Grasso for sure. Definitely deserved more pins than what he got. Some of those breaks were just gnarly. Here's Andy Klempa. Splits 8, 5, 5, 7. Andy Klempa with the 5, 7. And he'll miss the 5. I was hoping he can get a kick of the wood, and the ball returns to the plate and then misses the 5 and exits the plate. Klempa 9 or 10. It'll be a 10. Andy Klempa 10 after 1. Tom Grasso 10 after 1. 8 head pin shots for Tom Grasso, over average. Andy Klempa currently 11 head pin shots, and I can tell you his head pin average per match in just a moment. It's 19 head pins per match for Andy Klempa. And he'll split. Oh, still working on it. Let's see what happens. 2, 3, 6, 10. Split a 6. Klempa fires. Wanted to get the sweep. Oh, and just a little bit of an overshoot. I know what he wanted to do, and that was the right idea. But high risk, high reward. And behold the high risk. Klempa just goes for sticks this time. And he actually touches all 4 with the safe shot, but he leaves the 2. That's a 9-box for Andy Klempa. 19 after 2 for Klempa, down by 1 to Tom Grasso's 20 after 2. Klempa very strongly pokes out 2 for a half Worcester. And he'll poke the 6 and get a bonus. That's 4 down so far. For the 10. And he will make it a 7 for 26 after 3. It's 29 after 3 for Tom Grasso at the same spot. Andy, head pin, finds it, 4-5-7 now. And there is wood to the right of the 5. That sweep should be no problem if you can just hit it, red line it, or do that. Thought about it too much, I guess. Andy Klempa will retry for a 10-box. And he'll grab 2 and leave 1 for 9. 35 after 4 for Andy Klempa. Andy Klempa on lane 6. Slightly off the head pin to the right, drops 4. 1, 2, 4, 7 are left for a spare leave. 4 horsemen left side, that shot's called. And Klempa will leave the head pin. And then there's a 10 for Andy Klempa, 45 after 5. Tom Grasso currently sits at 53 after 5. Andy Klempa 45 after 5 at the exact halftime. 226 halftime total for Tom Grasso. And Andy Klempa 274 halftime total. 102-127 were Andy Klempa's first 2 games. Tom Grasso 82 and 91. You're watching the Atlantic Campbell Singles Tour on Class D North. This match at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I'm Steve Kelly on the call. Great to have you along. Here's Tom Grasso to finish off Game 3. Grasso. 1-2 pocket. And a strike for Tom Grasso. That's a victory right there. Tom Grasso, who I was talking to before the match, he said in this particular season he's just been struggling mightily. So any kind of mark you can see from Tom Grasso is just really, really great to see. You know, just knowing the struggles he's had this season, and you just love to see it. Look at that 3-pin fall last, that strike by Tom Grasso. You can always tell he's incredibly excited when he throws these marks. Tom Grasso will poke 2 so far on the fill, but he gets another ball. 63 and a bonus after 6. And the second ball, consistency. You got to admire the consistency, good or bad. Because if you can get that in the right spot, it's fantastic. But that'll be an unfortunate 2-fill for Tom Grasso, right side half Worcester, twice over. For the third ball on the 1-2 pocket, he'll make it a 6-10 leave for an 8-box. 73 after 7 for Mr. Tom Grasso. Here at Academy Lanes, Haverhill, Massachusetts. Last night I called a doubleheader at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. We had a great time with Paul Mativier, John Dumais, Dave LaRoche, and Charles Park. That was a great match. You can check that match out on 3 Ball Spare or the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page on Facebook, whichever your preference. That's the 1-7-10-2 for Tom Grasso with a piece of wood across the 1 and the 2. May or may not help him. Let's see what Tom Grasso thinks about it. But this just misfires a little bit off to the right. And Grasso on the 3rd ball. Nice recovery and a nice out. Great 9 out of Tom Grasso for 82 and 8. Tom will, hey, the same leave, just some different wood this time. Another 6 drop, 1-2-7-10. He gets the retry. Grasso for the spare. Just another drift off to the right. One of those situations where just make an adjustment where you physically are if you're making a consistent misfire. One of those kind of game time adjustments you make. And the question becomes, of course, because I've heard John Winchell talk about this, he'll say it's not necessarily the step, is not the direction you necessarily think you'll go in to make the correction. Sometimes it's the opposite direction because you have to consider the curve your ball is, the trajectory of it, and it may not necessarily be what you think it is in your mind. So, but it's different for every bowler. I know sometimes it works one way for me, sometimes it works one way, the other way at other places. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. That's a 3 drop, and the second ball, nothing doing. And Tom Grasso, I think that will be a 3 box. That'll be a 93. Game 3 for Tom Grasso and a 3. Game total of 266, an average of 89 for Tom Grasso. 2 marks that game. See what Andy Klempa can do to respond. Here's Andy. Half Worcester plus extra pins. 1-7-10, 3-4-9. 4 drop. Oh, and he's on the object, and he leaves the 3. Great offer. Klempa versus the 3 for 10 box. And he's got it for a 10, 55 and 6 for Mr. Klempa. Andy Klempa has the 3rd highest Class D average at 104.6, the 8th highest Class D total strikes at 12, the 4th highest Class D high series at 573, the number 1 Class D perfect box percentage at 49%, and the number 3 highest Class D fewest average pins left at 51.8. I love that stat because it's such a word salad. There's a 7 drop for Andy Klempa. Will he spare this up? He'll leave the object. And drops the ball, literally. Nine or 10 for Klempa. Misses off to the right. That's a 9. 64 and 7 for Mr. Klempa. Andy just narrowly to the right of the 1-3 pocket. He drops 5. 4 horsemen left side in the 10. Andy's averaging 6 on the first ball. Tom Grasso's averaging 4.8 on the first ball. Klempa wanted to go on the outside of the head pin, which is the right place to aim, but he just was a little bit off to the right. There's a nice cleanup by Andy Klempa, 74 after 8. Andy remarks he wishes that could have been the second ball, and don't we all know it? That's always something in Candlepin that everyone always laments. Not nearly as easy of a game as it looks, especially compared to 10-pin. My goodness, 10-pin is such an easy game compared to Candlepin. And speaking of that, the Punch-Out Penitentiary is hosting new inmates with that half Worcester for Andy Klempa, the 3 and the 9 Punch-Out. And he'll nudge the head. Wow, he'll nudge the head pin, and that's about it. He's got the 4, 6, 7, 8, 10 down there now. You gotta be kidding me. With a 10 box, he can be safe without a mark to take the third game, but with that 8 box, now he's in a must-mark situation with 82 after 9. Thank you, Andy, for confirming that. He understands the assignment just as well as I do. That's 82 after 9 for Andy Klempa, and Tom Grasso was at 90 after 9 and threw 93 in the 10th. Klempa, oh, bit of a bouncy ball on the beginning there. Drops 3. Bit of a misfire. You could almost see it right off the bat. Couldn't tell if it bounced off the foul line or not. That's usually the cause of a lot of bounces. That one he fired before the foul line, and that can be a problem. That can cause a misfire for a lot of bowlers if the ball is thrown down on the ground on one grade of wood and then becomes a different grade of wood with the lane versus the approach. That's no mark for Andy Klempa. This will be the third game for Tom Grasso, who will take 2 points. Andy Klempa will take a 10 box for 92 in the third game. That's a 321 3-game total for Andy Klempa, who's averaging 107 so far. Tom Grasso currently averaging 89 with 266 after 3 games. Tom Grasso has 2 points under his belt with this 93, taking the third game by 1 over Andy Klempa's 92. We are 3 games down here in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, where 2 games to go. When we come back, it'll be game 4 here on the ACST, and it'll be Tom Grasso at bat next. All right, ready to go. Tom Grasso, start of the 4th game. Just tuning in. We're 3 games done, 2 games to go. Tom Grasso currently at 266 after 3 games. Andy Klempa 321. Tom Grasso 82, 91, and 93. Andy Klempa 102, 127, and 92. Here's Tom with a 6 drop. 4 horsemen right side. Grasso on the outside of the head pin, and he'll take a spare. Beautiful shot by Tom Grasso on the 4 horsemen. A nice run down of the 4 horsemen, a nice clean outside the pocket hit. Always lovely to see these go. Look at the shot by Tom Grasso. Beautiful. See, when you hit the outside of the pocket like that, you can get great things like that to happen if you have a line of pins. Tom Grasso will fill with 8. Nice pocket shot, leaves the 5 and the 9. $18 after 1. And he's firing, and he's got the spare, the double spare. Tom Grasso coming alive here in the 4th game. Let's watch this again on the 5-9. 5-9 to service for Tom Grasso. No uptime for the pins, though. We're going to experience some downtime on the 5-9s for Tom Grasso. 2 spares in a row, and he's firing again. And a nice mix of 6. Didn't hit the head pin, but a nice 6 on the fill. Excellent shot. Excellent work by Tom Grasso. That's 34 after 2. Grasso 1-2-4-9. Just a little bit off. For the 1-2-4 for the 10 box. A nice cleanup for Tom Grasso. Still perfect so far. 44 after 3 for Mr. Grasso, the elder statesman. Tom Grasso, who averages away 97.76. This is a road game for him. And he likes that right side of the deck, but he's going to mix down 7. 1-2-7 for Tom Grasso for a spare leave. Grasso's a little bit off the object, just to the left. Oops, sorry. That lane. He hit the 2 and left the 1 and the 10. Sorry about that. I always do that at least once a broadcast. I click the wrong lane to zoom in on. That'll be a 9 for Tom Grasso. That's 53 after 4. Grasso really liking that 3-6 pocket hit. 1-8-9. Seven drop. This leave is deceptive. Not too full, not too lateral, and wow, he took the 1 and the 8. Yeah, because stuff like that can happen. This will be for a 10 for Tom Grasso. He'll get it. That's a 10. That's 63 after 5 for Mr. Grasso. What a heck of a half out of Tom Grasso. 2 marks, 4 out of 5 on the perfect boxes in this half. And the only non-perfect box was a 9 box in the 4th. Tom Grasso coming out swinging in the 4th for 63 after 5, 3.5 game total of 329. Andy Klempa next. And there's the 1-8-9 shot. Literally the inverse of what just happened with Tom Grasso. Andy Klempa makes the 1-8-9, but the consequences, the rest of the pins are still standing up. Well, he almost made this shot before. Let's see if he makes it this time. Goes for the left half. Takes a few off the left half. Leaves the 3, 6, 7, 10. And he'll make it a leave of the 6-7 for an 8 in the first for Andy Klempa. Andy Klempa's on the pocket there, finds it, leaves the 7 and the 10 with Home Depot in terms of wood down there. Spray and pray for the next ball. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Kind of, I don't know, maybe go like on this part of the wood right here, my guess. That's my unofficial analysis. Klempa will try the center, wanted to get a bounce off the ceiling possibly, but couldn't quite get it to go. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for maybe high off the cap on the right side possibly in some way. Maybe a little bit lower than high. Maybe not quite like that, but I don't know. It's going to be a 9 box for Andy Klempa, 17 after 2. Klempa will splash 6. 4, 6, 7, 10, a banana split. 6 drop. Yeah, banana split. The 4, 6, 7, 10 leave. Spread equal minus the 2 and the 3. Klempa versus the banana, and he'll helicopter, get over the lip a little bit. Let's see if it can spin and roll. Not quite. Not quite the Moncton action that we sometimes see up in New Brunswick in Canada for Worlds. The decks are active here in Academy in the Red Room, but not that active. Klempa will take an 8. 25 after 3. Klempa. 4 drop, 6 pack right. Andy on the object, but a little full, kind of vaporizes through a few pins, leaves the 5, 6, 10, no mark. Andy, nice 10 box. That was a great recovery. Great out. That's 35 after 4. Actually, I'm going to look at this again because I really like the way that goes. He actually kind of borderline redlined the wood, and he got an interesting sidewall bounce, an unexpected one at that, to take the 5. Klempa, not so much of a 6-pack this time. It's a 5 drop. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. For the spare, ball weren't where it needed to go. 7 pin though, unaffected by the skirmish. For the 10, he's got it. A hard-fought 45 after 5 for Andy Klempa. He finds himself trailing by 18 to Tom Grasso's 63.5. Andy Klempa still has the total right now, 3.5 games in, 366 to Tom Grasso's 329. Tom Grasso on a bit of a tear right now with a nearly perfect first half minus the 4th blocks. Tom Grasso has 10 headpin shots for 35. He has 5 splits. Andy Klempa currently 16 headpin shots for 35 with 12 splits. Excuse me. Here's Tom Grasso. 2-4 pocket. 3, 5, 8, 9. 6 drop. Headpin did go by proxy, but it is not a split. Grasso for the spare. Oh, he's got it. 3rd spare of the game for Tom Grasso. That's 73 and 6. Let's watch this shot again. Bam, all over it. Hit the wood high enough where he didn't get a deflection. Grasso's on the pocket, and it's a hammer. A big 20 for Tom Grasso, as Andy Klempa comments. Tom Grasso is having himself a game. Let's watch this. Strike by Tom Grasso on the 1-2 pocket. The 6-pin fell last. Beautiful. He was so happy about that. 93 and a bonus in 7 for Tom Grasso. He fires. 1-3 pocket again. Same ball. Just a slightly different leave. It's an 8 drop and an 8 split. It's the 2 and the 10. And he gets another ball to fill the strike. It's away. Oh, and he'll take the wood and take the 2, but not the 10. It'll be a 9 fill on the strike. 102 and 7 now for Tom Grasso. For the 10 box, he'll take a 9. 111 and 8 for Tom. Tom Grasso has 2 strikes, 6 spares. Andy Klempa has yet to throw a strike so far, but he also has 6 spares. Tom Grasso here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. 1-3 pocket. Nice ball. 5, 8, 10. Split 7. Oh, and he'll spare that up too. Oh my goodness. I was worried about the wood in front of the object, but it could have also deflected in such a way where everything goes. That was the 5, 8, 10 for Tom Grasso. And look at this. Look at this ball. It was right on it, on the high part of the cap. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Here's Tom Grasso on the follow-up. 2-4 pocket, drops 5, fills 5. Kaleri right side. 126 and 9 for Tom Grasso. I smell a new high single. His high single is 125. He's beaten it. Grasso will, oh my goodness, he almost does it again. That was a great ball, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. He left the 10. He's at 135, possibly 136 if he can take this 10 pin for the 10 box. It'll be 135 with that 9 for Tom Grasso. Oh my goodness, that's a big game out of you, Tom Grasso. 135, 5 marks, 1 strike, 4 spares. 3 9 boxes when they weren't perfect. 135 and a 401 4-game total for Tom Grasso. What a game. That's his new high single for the season, besting his previous high single of 125. Andy Klempa needs to throw a 90-half to tie and a 91-half to win. Here's Andy Klempa now. Klempa, he'll cluster down 3 on the left side and the rear. 4, 7, 8 down. It's funny. Funny friendly trash talk between the two of them. Andy Klempa, there's a spare. Yeah, welcome to the party, Andy. Here's a spare, 55 and a bonus and 6. Really could have been a strike ball, honestly. Let's watch this. 1-3 pocket, 5 pin gets swept away. And Andy Klempa will take 3 out and fill with 3. Half Worcester plus a friend. Klempa will shave some off on the right side, leave the 1, 7, 10, and 4. High-low jack on the 4. And he'll take another out. That's a 7 box for Andy Klempa, 65 in 7. Andy, 3-6 pocket. Leverages down the head pin. Will the 4 pin go to? Maybe, maybe, not quite. This ain't Moncton. Klempa on the single pin spare. Mercifully, it goes. A nice mow down there by Andy Klempa. Was not deterred, made his aiming corrections after that first ball, but it went. Here's the follow-up. Pocket shot there, and worse for wear, weirdly enough. 7 fill, 5, 6, 10. And will he get the sweep? 6 pin somehow survives all that. Ball was pretty much right where it needed to go. And it'll get deflected off a piece of wood. That'll be a 9 for 91 and 9 for Andy Klempa. About to close out game 4 and start game 5, the final game in the series today. Andy, ooh, way off target in the back corner. He'll take 3 out. In case you missed it, you can see on your screen Tom Grasso had a heck of a 4th game. 135 with 5 marks, 1 strike, 4 spares, and all 10s and 9s otherwise. He's been just getting better and better. 82, 91, 93, 135. What's the 5th game going to be? We're going to find out in just a little bit here. Andy Klempa, meanwhile, looking to finish game 4. He'll just shave a few more off and leave the 4 horsemen right side, 1, 3, 6, 10. And he'll make it a 9. That'll be an even 100 for Andy Klempa. Game 4 done. 421 for Andy Klempa. 401 for Tom Grasso. It's just a difference of 20 in the total. 2 10 boxes, basically. Tom Grasso took the 4th game by 35. 401 to Andy Klempa's 421. Tom Grasso currently with 4 points. And Andy Klempa currently with 6 points at the moment. So that's the story of game 4. 17 head pins for Andy Klempa, 13 for Tom Grasso. Tom Grasso punching over his average for the head pins in particular. 13 splits for Klempa, 7 for Tom Grasso all the while. All right, game 5 time. 5th and final game, worth a lot of points, worth 2 for the game and 4 additional up for grabs for total pinfall if the difference is close, in which it is. It's a difference of 20 going into the 5th. So any bowler can get hot here and be able to steal 4 points if they do well enough. Andy Klempa has a slight advantage of 20. And Tom Grasso will mix down 7, 1, 4, 9. He looked down rather concerningly. I don't know if there was maybe a sticky spot or something on the approach there or what, but didn't seem to matter too much. It's a mix down to 7. He'll sail into the void, into the ocean, whatever you call it, the pit back there. Tom Grasso will make it an 8 box. 8 after 1 to start the 5th. Tom Grasso had a great 4th game, 135. It's his new high single for the season so far. I like to see bowlers overcoming adversity like that, especially after talking with Tom Grasso before the match began, too. Great to hear. Great success story. Here's Grasso. Mixes down 7. Mixes down 8. Almost got a Julian strike. The head pin got touched even. That was not a head pin shot. Seen a fair amount of Julian strikes as of late. I don't know what it is. Something in the air. Here's Tom Grasso for the spare. Oh, and he gets deflected. You got to be kidding me. Oh, man, it just ain't fair. No luck. That's what we say in bowling. Grasso for 9 or 10. He'll miss. Yes, he will miss it. That's a 9 for 17 after 2 for Tom Grasso. Three 6 pocket for Tom. He'll drop 6. 1, 7, 8, 9. One 7, 8, 9 leave for Tom Grasso. Hit the right side of the head pin. Probably a good bet. He's gonna just go slightly to the right of the target. Take the 9. Let's now leave a 1, 7, and 8 for a 10 box. Grasso is on the object there, and he'll leave the 7 for a 9 box. That's 26 after 3 for Mr. Grasso. If you're looking for some more streaming action, tomorrow I'll be right back here to stream in around midday for Alex Dellis and Silvio Uliano. Alex Dellis will be coming down from Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, down to Haverhill, Massachusetts to challenge Silvio Uliano, aka Cy Uliano. That'll be coming up tomorrow around lunchtime at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Maybe even the same lanes here. Who knows what's going to happen? So do be sure to catch that here on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page on Facebook tomorrow, Sunday, December 7th. Grasso, who broke part of the bird up on the spread eagle on the first ball, he'll leave the 2 and the 3 for an 8 box, 34 after 4. One, 2 pocket. Ugh, ugly leave. 6 drop, 4, 5, 7, 10 for Tom Grasso. Oh, and it sails. He wanted to cap the wood or play the wood in front of the 5 in some way, but just missed the target ever so slightly. Grasso 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. How about a 7? That'll be 41 after 5 for Mr. Tom Grasso. Give you a score update here. After 4.5 games, Tom Grasso sits at 442 with a 41.5. He went 2 for 5 on the head pin this half with 2 splits. And he'll have 5 boxes to go before we size up the entire match. It's Andy Klempa next here in the 5th game. On lane 6. 2-4 pocket for Andy Klempa. He'll mix down 7, 1, 6, 10. And Klempa will miss the object and take the 6 and the 10 and leave the 1. Andy will take a 10 box to start out game 5. Andy 1-3 pocket. Nice strike-worthy ball. Pins are still figuring it out. It looks like it's going to be a 9 drop, leaving the 8 pin on the deck. Oh, wow. Andy got it. Oh, wow. Don't hurt it. I think the wind got that one. Let's examine that again, shall we? Oh, my goodness. Watch this. How did that go down? I swear it was the wind. You got to be kidding me. That is insane. Lucky, lucky single pin spare for Andy Klempa. And a good fill. Still good looking so far. Will that 2-pin fall to make it even better? Not quite. 2-6 leave, 8 fill. Into the ocean for the spare shot. And it will be an 8 box, 36 after 3 for Andy Klempa. Here's Andy. Splits 5. Wanted to take the 3-6, misfired a little bit to the right, took the 6, and the 10 went eventually. It's the 3-4-7 for a 10 box for Andy Klempa here in the 4th frame. Klempa will make it an 8 box. That's 44 after 4. Klempa's 3 for 4 on the head pin this half. 2 splits. Tom Grasso went 2 for 5 on the head pin with 2 splits. Andy just millimeters off the head pin to the left, takes a 5 drop and a Caleri right side. Mr. Robert Bob Caleri of Lexington, Massachusetts, a contestant on the old WNDS Candlepin Stars and Strikes show. That's what the shots. He apparently got that shot a lot and apparently talked about it a lot. So that's why we call it the Caleri. Thank you, Bob Lee, for giving me the history on that one. 110 for Andy Klempa now. No mark. And it will be a 9 for 53 after 5. Halfway through the 5th and final game, 5 boxes to go. The total has gone from 30, plus 30 for Andy Klempa at the end of the 4th to plus 32 for Andy Klempa now. 474 to Tom Grasso's 442. And in the game, Tom Grasso trails by 12, 41 to Andy Klempa's 53. Here 5 boxes in. So it's still a fairly tight match in terms of the total. 6-point game in the balance. Here's Tom Grasso. We'll take 3 out, take 4 out. A 4 drop. Grasso on the pocket, leaves the 5 and the 10. Right idea, just not enough oomph to take the 5 and the 10 along with everything else. There is a fair amount of wood down there. It's going to be an interesting shot. But no problem for Tom Grasso. That's a nice cleanup. That's 51 after 6 with that 10-box pickup. Grasso. 1-2 pocket. Ooh, good ball. Leaves the 6 and the 10. This ball really works when it's just perfectly on the pocket. Just light enough to splash everything down. 6-10 leave. Wood should be fairly good. It hit the high part of that frontmost wood, and I think it will spin right back. Oh, or do that. Even better. Grasso will take a spare. That was also a perfectly valid attack plan. And honestly, I should have thought of that first, really. I guess I was thinking more of a head-on kind of strategy, but Tom Grasso made it work regardless. That's why he's the bowler and I'm the commentator. Look at that, beautiful. 1-3 pocket now on the fill for Tom Grasso. It's going to be at least a 7. It will be a 7. 7 on the fill. .68 after 7 for Tom Grasso now. It's the 2, the 5, and the 7. Just a little off the object and leaves the object. This will be a 9 or a 10 for Tom Grasso now, and not quite the action he was looking for. That'll be 77 after 8 for Tom Grasso with that 9 box. Hope you enjoyed this match, the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour today. We're here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I'd like to thank our ACST committee members, including our Commissioner Danny Finn, Statistician Micah Imparato, Class D Treasurer Nate Lees, the staff at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts, for being so accommodating for us today. That's a 6 drop and a diamond, the 3 diamond for Tom Grasso. I'd also like to thank Steve Abadili, who contributed some video and photo content. Check out his link and his work in the description. There is a diamond spare for Mr. Tom Grasso. Beautiful shot by Tom Grasso. The diamond loses that time. I'd like to see the diamond lose. Look at that. You know, can I back it up? Not quite. But yes, the point is, great diamond spare for Tom Grasso. Here's the follow-up. We'll take 3 out. Nice 13 in the 9th. That'll be 90 and 9 for Tom Grasso now. For the follow-up on the 1-2 pocket, ball went right where it needed to be with the 4 and the 7. Stand tall, the 4 even slides a bit. See that? The 4 kind of slid towards the 7. Tom Grasso, final ball, and he'll take a 9 out of it. That'll be a 99 5th game for Tom Grasso, and an even 500 5-game series for today for Tom Grasso with 2 marks. This game, 99, a respectable 500 for Tom Grasso, averaging exactly 100 today, with 18 headpin shots for 50 and 10 splits, totaling 62 bonus pins, averaging 5.6 per mark, and a 40% perfect box percentage. That was Tom Grasso's story today. Here's Andy Klempa to close out the match. And he'll start to the left of the head pin and a 5 drop, and it's a Caleri. Clear on the right side for Andy Klempa now. 1-3, 6-10, 8. Klempa on his Caleri leaves the oops, sorry. Leaves the 1 and the 10. Just wanted to keep you in suspense on the camera angles. There's a 9 for Andy Klempa, 62 and 6. Do be sure to check out the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page on Facebook as well as YouTube for more exciting matches. If you want to see what I'm up to in terms of content, you can check out my channel called 3 Ball Spare. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Kick, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Reddit. 3 Ball Spare, T-H-R-E-E, Ball Spare. 3 words. Not the greatest SEO, but hey, I don't care. It's a 9 drop for Andy Klempa. The 7 pin is down there. And that ball into the ocean. Left corner pin for a lefty. I'm not a lefty, so it's a little hard to gauge if that's going to be a difficult or an easy shot for someone. But that's going to be a 9 box for Andy Klempa. 71 after 7. I'm not really one to talk. I throw off the wrong foot, so I technically have a lefty ball, but I throw with my right hand and I slide off the wrong foot. So actually, I kind of have the advantage where any corner pin's actually kind of not really difficult for me either way. So if you ball off the correct foot and you have an opinion on that, maybe I will defer to you instead of myself. There's an 8 drop and a split for Andy Klempa. It's the 9 and the 10. 9 and 10, that wood is going to be interesting. T-boned wood in front of the 9. I think that can go. I think that has a solid chance of going. Spray and pray. Yep, exactly like that. The spray and pray worked out. Andy Klempa's on the board with his second spare in a row. Second spare this game. 81 and a bonus in the 8th. Andy Klempa holds on to the total by 2, so he will take the total. That'll be 4 points in addition to Andy Klempa's take-home pending this game. He'll mix down 5 and fill 5. Klempa on the 1-2. There it goes. Goodbye. An evaporation of a spare. Second, and now he has 2 spares in a row. 96 in a bonus. Let's watch these pins. Take a good look at them because they're about to go for a ride. See ya. That's a spare by Andy Klempa. And he was on the pocket there. A little full, but not too bad. 8 fill, 4-7. $104 so far after 9. And he'll miss the spare, overthrow a little bit. Final ball, it's going to be a 9-box for Andy Klempa. That's going to be a 1-13 fifth game for Andy Klempa. He'll take the 5th game. He'll take the total. 534 series for Andy Klempa. Taking the total by 34 and taking the 5th game by 14. Andy Klempa today, 52% perfect box percentage. No strikes, 11 spares, 15 tens. Tom Grasso had 2 strikes, 9 spares, 9 tens for a 40% perfect box percentage. Andy Klempa totaling 75 bonus pins. For fills, averaging 6.8 per mark. He averaged 5.9 on the first ball. Tom Grasso averaged 5.5 on the first ball. Andy Klempa averaging 107 for the day. Tom Grasso averaging 100. Andy Klempa 23 for 50 on the head pin. That's over 50. That's just a little bit under 50%, 46% to be exact. 16 splits for Andy Klempa, 6 more than Tom Grasso. And in the boxes 1 department, if it were head-to-head, Andy Klempa would have won 25 boxes. Tom Grasso would have won 18, and the rest would have been ties. All right, here's your final stats on the point differentials. It's going to be 10 points for Andy Klempa today. Tom Grasso will take 4. Tom Grasso will move to 44 and 82. Andy Klempa will move to 43 and 41 for the season so far. We're still kind of midway through the season, so plenty of points to be distributed before the end of the season, and we talked about playoffs and whatnot. And here's some graphs in case you're a graph-inclined person. Have a look at some of these interesting stats, including some of the total pinfalls, the passing around of the first ball averages. Andy Klempa kind of rising to 6.9, then dipping down to 5, depending on which game it was. Tom Grasso a little bit more consistent and getting gradually better as the games went on. So anyways, that should just be about it for us here on the lanes at Academy in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And if you want to follow me on 3-ball spare, I'd love to have you. And check me out in the comments if you have any ideas or questions or comments or whatever. And we'll see you at the next Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page match. And do check out the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page for all the action and all the updates and everything. Anyways, I'm Steve Kelly for Andy Klempa and Tom Grasso. Hope you have a great one and have a great evening, whatever it is. Have a great one, everybody.